Good morning, Atomians! Welcome to Ariul Marikina Aja Center Catching Success Online. I am Julian Tabiano, Diamond Master from Ariul Marikina Aja Center, and I am your host for today. As we start here in Atomy, it is our culture to begin and end every event by reciting our company motto. Ready position, please. Yup, company motto, go. Cherish the spirit, create the vision. Follow the faith, serve in humility. Aja, Aja, Aja. Share, tag, interact, and win. Just follow these mechanics to win a prize. Number 1, share this live seminar on your Facebook wall and tag 10 of your Facebook friends. And number 2, comment and mention as many as you can on the live chat. And number 3, comment Aja, Aja, Aja in the beginning and ending of our seminar. Now let's start our seminar by watching this short company profile of Atomy.
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, achieved 2.2 trillion Korean won in global sales in 2021 and surpassed 16 million global members. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Hemohim, which has been the top seller in its industry for 7 consecutive years, has passed 1.7 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It has gotten international patents in 21 countries and is forging a unique new path for health functional food products. Absolute Skincare, which has become one of the best-selling cosmetics in the industry with sales of 100 billion Korean won every year since its launch, was recognized for its advanced technology with King Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office in 2021, for the first time in the cosmetics industry. The Fame, another luxury cosmetic product reborn with upgraded ingredients and technology, is also loved by consumers as it reflects Atomy's product philosophy. Atomy is practicing customer-centered management in all of its corporate activities. And this was recognized by becoming the industry's first to acquire customer-centered management certification for 2 consecutive years. Starting with the US branch in 2010. Atomy is a global company which opened 22 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe, with 16 million members worldwide. Atomy opened branches in New Zealand, Turkey, the United Kingdom, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, and is planning to open 20 more branches within the next 5 years. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's Success System, in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomy's distinctive growth. The next generation of online and offline distribution broadcasters, which presents Atomy's vision to members around the world regardless of time and space. Entertainment and media, which converges business and culture. Atomy provides the vision of a global success system which transcends time and space by providing a variety of services. Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of accompanied growth. Sharing is a mission that all companies must fulfill. Atomy's executives, employees, partnering companies, and members all practice sharing together to improve the lives of all members of society. Whenever sharing is needed around the world, global branches will be united to support happiness for all. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are proud Atomy.
Now you know Atomy is not just an ordinary company. It cherishes what it has. We are sure that its members are all taken care of. Please continue to comment and mention all your Facebook friends on our live chat in order to get a chance to win our promo for today. Moving forward, we will be watching Chairman Mr. Park Handgill lecture.
Nice to meet you all. Now that COVID-19 is coming to an end, it's so nice to gather together in person. Am I right? Yes. We now have the advantages of offline and online seminars during this COVID-19 pandemic. Have you gotten used to that, meeting through Zoom? Now, as we merge online and offline together, there will be explosive growth within our company. So, you all need to be mentally prepared for explosive growth. Our Mansun Cho is the royal master who runs a chicken restaurant, and she earns an annual salary of 400 million won. However, there is an older sister, Chilsunjo, in the family. Mansun and Chilsun. That sister started in the Atomy business first, and she's currently earning about 200 million won. It seems like she'll go up to earn 400 million won soon. And now there is another older sister, the Crown Master, Songsim Kim. Her annual salary is around 400 million won, but she will soon rise to earn 1 billion won as the Imperial Master. Then there are nephews, husbands, and wives. The family currently has 8 members, and now they earn about 1.7 billion won a year. It must be a secure family, right? Sooner or later, they will turn into a family that earns $1 billion each. There's another well-off family. It's the Imperial Master Gwangyol Kim. His family was a little more ruined than the Royal Master Mansun Cho's family before the start of Atomy. So, the more ruined, the higher the participation rate, and I think they'd rather go double or nothing in this business and succeed. The Imperial Master Gwangyol Kim's couple earns about 1 billion won, and beneath there's the Crown Master Sahak Kim, who earns about 400 million won. Their niece, named Sanhwa Ju, is a royal master. She's in her 30s. The royal master, Sayun Kim, earns about 200 million won. Royal master Ungman Lee earns about 200 million won. Beneath the royal masters, there's the Sharon Rose master, Myungyol Kim. He has already joined the Leaders Club and is earning about 100 million won. The family now earns about 2.3 billion won a year by 6 people. And also, in the case of the Imperial Master Gwangyol Kim, he bought a vacation home at the bottom of the mountain. And it's his own villa. The feeling of drinking a cup of coffee in the morning must feel amazing. But he hasn't invited me yet. I wonder if he drinks coffee alone, though it's close to my house. It's less than 10 or 15 minutes away, but he hasn't asked me to come yet, and he's drinking coffee alone. I need to give Imperial Gwangyol Kim a call. Let's have a cup of coffee. Doesn't that coffee taste good? Yes. How nice is the wind when you sit on the roof in a place like that? Quite a lot of people say, I didn't see anyone who's made money through multi-leveling, but when you come to this town, there are quite a few. People say that it's all sizzle and no steak. Go and check out their house. However, there are quite a few people whose lives have been completely changed with Atomy. So, our Imperial Master, Jung-soo Park, hasn't just changed her house, but she owns an apartment in the most expensive neighborhood in Iksan and the best school district. She's a building owner. So, she's built a building on a wide 8-lane road in Iksan. And now she has an Atomy center, a cafe below, and her own office on the 4th floor. And it's just fabulous. But when I first met that lady, she lived in a 5-pyeong-sized studio. So, because she had to work a job, her mother took care of her 2 daughters, who went to elementary school. Because she lived with her mother, she couldn't live with her husband. So her husband was staying away from home, and that's when we first met. She is a wonderful lady. And there's a granny, or miss, who's called a sexy lady. But the old lady is a little crazy. She was told, "How do you sell cosmetics with that face?" These days, she says that she's being invited to be a model, so she's posing like that. But that red sports car wasn't sponsored. She bought it. She didn't know what kind of car it was, and she didn't even think about her age. It was good when she bought it and took pictures, but she said that her back hurts after riding it. It's easy to get tired after riding a sports car for 30 minutes. After riding for an hour, your body aches. But anyway, the granny had to show off. So I really think it's great. In any case, she is a very good leader that drives such a hard and uncomfortable sports car just to promote Atomy to others. Of course, she has a comfortable sedan as well. She also bought imported cars for her son and daughter. That's why there are cars that are all so comfortable, but still riding that car makes her feel stylish. Confusing? Takeout? Yes, of course there are some photography skills involved. So, it's true that there are quite a few people who've made money and become rich after meeting Atomy. So there must be some of you who have been brought by that troublesome multi-level process here today. But Atomy doesn't let anyone become its members. Today, I will briefly explain a product to you and also explain our absolute quality, absolute price. But these are the products that you can judge whether this product is good or bad, expensive or cheap. Whether it's better or worse than the toothpaste and toothbrush you are using. You all know whether cosmetics are more expensive or cheaper than you used before, good or bad. So you are now experts as consumers, so you can verify as much as you want. So there's nothing to be deceived. You guys verify it yourselves, and I can use this product for the rest of my life. But the price is cheaper than the one I used before. So even if I don't do this Atomy business, I have to be a consumer. Being a consumer will benefit me eventually. Only those who think like this should do business. Anyone who's against using our product instead of earning an income shouldn't start this business. They will not be succeed. Why? Because you have to go and lie to other people. It's not good to lie. So the easiest way for you to do business without working hard is to try the products. After you try it, if you think, oh, this isn't just for me, I want everyone I know to use it, then these thoughts come up automatically. You introduced a really good product to someone. Then he said he wouldn't use it. Okay, don't use it. I'll use it. Even without you, many others would use it. If you do this, you won't have a hard time. Why is it difficult to sell, difficult to conduct sales? And why do people say that they cannot sell? There's always a reason why. This is difficult because I'm just going around and encouraging other people to use the product I don't use just to make money. Everyone, I'll tell you the essence of this network marketing. It's not about selling. Not at all. Yes, it's to sell. If you're selling to someone, you have to sell to one single person. If you sell to only one, sell only to yourself. To yourself. And you can tell other people that too. You don't need to sell it. Sell only to you. You can sell it to you, right? Anyone who can't sell to yourself, raise your hand, please. It's cheap and good, but one can't sell it to oneself. It doesn't make sense. Anyone can do it. That's why it's easy once you know the essence of Atomy's business. Everyone. The distribution is based on the principle of consumer interest. The principle of consumer interest is that it is better to buy this product than to keep the money. So people go and buy. Why do sellers sell? Because it is better to earn money than to own the product. It is said that sales are made according to the principle of mutual benefit. It's difficult because people are not following that principle, but trying to make others buy the product that they don't even use. The end result, the buyer will suffer a loss. Everyone, toothbrushes cost 2,000 won and 3,000 won. You bought and used them, right? But Atomy sells it for 990 won. But I'm not saying it's cheap from the beginning. It was sold at a discount store for 2,200 won. But I used dozens of those toothbrushes at first. I used them all. If you try brushing your teeth 10 times a day, the gums are swollen and painful. But anyway, I experimented and found just one toothbrush. Oh, I'll use this toothbrush for the rest of my life. And I called the business owner. Then I said, let's sell this toothbrush for less than 1,000 won. He said he couldn't sell at that price. There needs to be a profit margin for him and Atomy, as well as member commissions, delivery fees, and card fees. We must consider and calculate all of these factors. Oh, I can't sell like that. That's what he said. So I said, let's sell 10 million of these toothbrushes. Still can't? Then he said, oh, Chairman, toothbrushes don't sell that much. So, anyway, I'll give you an order of 1 million pieces per month. So let's do it. Instead, how many cavities go in one mold right now? When I looked, only a few of them go in. So I said, increase this cavity, make a new mold. And then, do you buy raw materials in bags or do you buy it in bulk? Then he said that he buys it in bags. Then I'll give you cash so you can buy it in bulk. I'll give you an advance so you can take the cash with you. Then the cost of raw materials will drop by as much as 20 to 30%, right? Then he said, that's right. And I said, I'll never change the product design for the rest of my life. You can't change your mouth, so why do you keep making toothbrushes in different shapes? With a good shape, I won't change the design until my mouth changes. After that, you can run this as an unmanned factory for 24 hours by installing an automated line. Then we can match the price. Please do the calculation again. Then he said, I will. So it's not like the price has been cut unconditionally. It is a reasonable cost down. By working together, Atomy toothbrush sold 40 million units in the world, including Korea last year. Atomy's myth was written that way. We also sell toothpaste for 2,900 won. It weighs 200 grams, the size of my forearm. It's the size of a baby's forearm, not an adult's forearm, but it's a functional toothpaste. So when propolis is added, it becomes a functional toothpaste, so 100 gram sized product is sold for 20,000 and 30,000 won at the pharmacy. However, we made such a functional toothpaste, and even though it's 200 grams big, it's sold for 2,900 won. So to provide you with reasonable prices and quality through scientific management. So absolute quality, a quality that no one can match. With current technology, no one can match the quality of Atomy products, so quality comes first. Then at this quality, no one can sell at this price. If anyone sells it at this price, they will be torn apart and go bankrupt. If anyone wants to follow me, follow me. That's why we're selling at a price that can never be followed and matched. As a result, we have risen to the top 10 in the direct sales industry in 10 years. There are thousands, even tens of thousands of companies. We went into the top 100 a few years ago. We've continued going up and up into the top 10. Someone asked me, Chairman, how does it feel to be in the top 10? I said, "What do you mean? It was supposed to happen." No, we didn't originally aim for the top 10. We were going to become a hub for global distribution. We will become a company that not only integrates the direct sales industry, but also the global distribution. We will become a company that not only integrates the direct sales industry, but also global distribution. So, Atomy's growth cannot be stopped. It will keep growing. So, maybe some of you think that Atomy is over. It's too late. So they say that there has to be a new company. It's a stupid idea when I look at them. Atomy isn't successful because it was a new company. It was successful because it was different. Of course, if there's a competitor that sells better quality at an affordable price than us, then go there. But there's no such company. Why? We brought this up to the absolute level. So I'll make the company as an unmanned company. There are only a couple hundred employees at the headquarters. There aren't many companies that generate sales like ours and whose revenue per employee is between 5 billion and 7 billion won. Everyone, if it even exceeds 1 billion won, they say that it's an incredibly excellent company. But we have such a system that generates revenue per employee of 5 to 7 billion won. Decision-making is quick-paced. Our new recruit has more authority than the directors and managing directors of other companies. That's why we can do great things for a small amount of cost. It's not just about cutting costs and lowering prices. If you look at our current commission system, it's the best in the world. This is just amazing. And it has infinite levels. In my first level, the commission for the sales raised by a person 10,000 levels under me, after going down 100 levels, 1,000 levels, and 10,000 levels, is supposed to rise to me in the same way. Everyone, there are smart people, even if they aren't good at studying. If you see, what kind of people are those people? Wow! Not just the ones I recruited myself, but the 10th, 100th, 1,000th, and 10,000th levels equally pay me, then 2 people, 4 people, 8 people. If it goes down 10,000 levels, it's going to be a huge spread. Does that pay me the same amount? Then, if we keep doing it, we will inevitably succeed, right? Yes, there are people who just go crazy and do it. These people succeed. But who is narrow-minded? No matter how many friends you have, no one seems to be willing to work in multi-networking businesses. This thick-headed man would only think of that. The man's doing what he's not supposed to do. If you check on him, it doesn't work like that in the first place. A successful person would say, go ahead and do it. If you don't do it, there are a lot of people who will do it, even if it's not you. And if he keeps doing it, then there is a chance that one of them will do it. This is such an era. Everyone look, when I was in college, anyone who couldn't get a job until they graduated from college was considered weird. Anyone who gets a job these days is considered weird. Because there are no jobs for young people right now. This is why our young leaders are developing rapidly these days. In their late 20s and early 30s, they earn billion won annually already. Then it goes upside down. Their friends study hard to become civil servants that don't pay well. Because of that, they have to live in poverty all their lives. They take 20 or 30 years to get a common apartment and raise their children, which leaves nothing for them, including their retirement plan. It's sad to see. Not following such a route, by the time other friends graduated in their 20s and 30s, their annual salary was already in the billions of won. They drive a Mercedes-Benz E-Class and meet with friends who send in multiple job applications and tease them. They'd say, "Let's have a cup of tea," driving a Benz E-Class, and say, "My annual salary's become 400 million won." An annual salary of 4 million is astonishing. We normally leave jobs to young people. After that, usually everyone in their 50s and 60s retires. But they're still healthy enough to work for 10, 20, 30 more years. So jobs for the silver generation are a concerning problem. But when they invest with their severance pay, they get so nervous they're afraid they'll go bankrupt. It's better not to do that. So this silver generation wants to live a little more elegantly as well. When they had a decent job, there was room for official expenses, etc. This way, they could pay for others from time to time, but now living with a pension, they've become stingy. And there are people around them whom they want to help, but they can't even help, so life is just so sad. That's why they go to the mountains every day to wipe away their tears. Husbands don't go to mountains because they like going there. Complaining about his life in front of his wife is a bit of a shame. He just goes to the mountains and wipes his tears, looking at the distant clouds. So those people are no longer able to get a job and they don't have money to invest. Then what do? This Atomy business is a no capital and a branchless business. I mean, there's no money to invest. We're just selling ourselves products that we used to buy elsewhere. Tell others to sell to yourself. That's why we're creating consumers associations. The creation of such a consumers association is the correct definition to think that I receive a certain amount of income instead of advertising expenses for what my affiliated members spend. For those who run our business and say that it's hard to attract consumers, today I will tell you how to make consumers well. There's no secret. You have to use the product diligently. When you become a user, you are impressed with the product. So you're supposed to convey that feeling. So you have to be prepared to be impressed with the product and use the product. People don't even compare the days they eat hemohim and the days they don't. If you say that you are going to succeed with hemohim, even if it becomes your job, then you should be interested in whether hemohim works or not. You need to try it on your body as if it were an experiment. So you need to compare these things on the day you consume it and the day you don't, and see how your body feels when you wake up in the morning. When others are tired, when you look at them, and if they seem tired, then recommend consuming hemohim. Then this number of consumers will increase. And aren't they supposed to use all the products? It means that consumers are created from all of these products. Even if you don't use it, you should try it. For example, when I was developing a women's sanitary pad, I had to check whether it was a good or bad product. So I wet the pad with water, put it on, and wore it all day. I tried sitting and also walking around. But then I realized one thing. Oh, I'm pretty sure I know why women don't wear loose underwear. I put it on my underwear panty line and wore it, but found that it was moving a lot. Guys, men need to try wearing that and respect women. Women should be respected no matter what. Try wearing it for a day. I developed it to get a feel for it because I'm selling it, even if I don't use it. Then, in the case of women's Sephora Queen, you'd also have to see what the ingredients are in order to recommend it to women. So if you use all the products, you will, of course, make consumers. Then, if the number of current members is large, but the sales are low, if you and your partners use all the products, your sales and ranks will double and triple. There are some consumers now, but not many businessmen who will risk their lives like I would. It has a cause. Those who don't succeed don't write the life scenarios properly. So write the life scenario with your partners. Again, talk about your own life scenario. I started this business to become a person who earns 50 million won or 100 million won a month. You have to instill a vision. What are you selling? You're selling dreams and visions. But that dream doesn't end as a dream. It's a dream that can come true. For Mr. Kwang-yo Kim, buying a villa and drinking coffee at the foot of the mountain is a dream come true, isn't it? It's done. Miss Hyun-suk Kim drives a sports car even when it's hard, a red sports car. I don't want to use this word. For the imperial master, Jung-soo Park, but people say that a building owner is the best there is. The owner of the building. It was built with Atomy commission. It was built with an Atomy allowance. Everyone, even with that alone, it's a great vision. In addition to that, you get another 50 million won when you become the royal master. You also receive a cruise tour for 11 days with your family. Some say that their parents have never been on an international airplane to travel. That's why there are people who say that even when their parents die, their wish is relieved. So let's live like what it's supposed to. It's not that we're just earning money or showing off and bragging, but we really want to take good care of our parents we love. I want to make it easy for them so that they don't have to worry about anything. Our children are having a hard time in the entrance exams. Everyone. Don't tell them to study. When you become the imperial master, the kids don't have to study. So guys, you don't have to study. Mom and dad didn't do well either. So we're running the Atomy business now, and we think that's a good thing. When I was in school, I didn't do very well either. I couldn't do well, so I'm the chairman of Atomy now. So the reason why the number of members didn't increase is that you didn't tell your partners about your vision, dream, and what kind of person you want to become. If you want to make consumers, then you have to use all the products. You have to convey the impression of the product. And if you want to try to create members, you have to talk about what kind of vision you have for the Atomy business. Believe it or not, we have to talk endlessly. Believe it or not, it doesn't matter whether they believe it or not. It only matters whether I believe it or not. So when we talk, sometimes there are some crazy people. They don't even know how to do it. They just yell 1 billion won. Wow, sending me a trip to Europe makes it feel like a dream. They're in Mont Blanc, Switzerland, and Montmartre alone. They're dreaming themselves over there in their thoughts. I mean, there are people who have dreams like that. We're supposed to find someone like that. Then it will become a partnership. It's okay if you can't speak. Just bring them to this place. Then again, aren't I good at talking? So it's okay if you don't speak English. There is the Crown Master, Bun-suk Kim. Crown Master! She only went to elementary school. She's only sewed using sewing machines until over 50. Then after meeting the Atomy business, she can't seem to be able to say yes or no in English, but in the United States, she operated this business, and the Crown Master Jae Guangshim was born below her, and again, because she lives in the US, people speak English. As she went all over, it was spread extensively. So everyone, you don't need to speak Chinese, English, and Japanese. I'm not good either. I said I didn't study well. The chairman of this global company can't even speak English properly. If employees write it for me, I learn pronunciation right next to them. I can barely speak English, but I'm still the chairman of a global network company. So don't worry about not being able to study well. Don't worry about not being able to speak a foreign language, but the willingness to succeed as if your life depends on it. All of you can succeed with the tool, Atomy. If there is only one passionate love that needs to resurrect your loved ones and your family. Thank you. We will wrap it up.
Thank you, Chairman Mr. Park Han-gil, for that lecture. And now, let's get answer with Zoom by Crown Master Shi Yuk Choi and Royal Master Ga Yung Yu.
Hello! We're here to give you all the answers you need. It's Get Answers with Zoom.
With Zoom.
I'm your host, Yoonji Kang. We hope you are having another strong, confident day with Atomy's reliable products. I'm looking forward to what our leaders have to say today about their practical know-hows for the Atomy business. Let me introduce you to our panel today. It's everyone's dream, enjoying financial freedom in my 40s. It's Atomy's handsome wannabe star, Crown Master Shi Hyuk Choi. Hello!
Hello. It's great to meet you all.
Providing sharp analysis of the Atomy business. Atomy's smart leadership. It's Royal Master Ga Young Yu. Hello!
Hi, it's great to be here.
Before we get started, how does it feel to be here? Would you like to begin, Crown Master Choi?
Just as I've always done, I'll do my very best to provide answers for you based on my experience for whatever question you ask.
I actually enjoy watching this series these days, and it's an honor to be on the program myself. I will do my very best to provide the best answers for you.
Then now let's get started. Get Answers with Zoom!
Zoom!
Here we go! Recruiting is an important part of the Atomy business, but as someone who's recently started, this is very hard to do. How can I bring members into the business? This is a question we received.
First of all, before you begin recruiting, I think it is important to first assess your own status. If you choose to do Atomy, will your life change? You must have the answer to this question ready once you've gained the confidence in yourself. Your recruiting efforts will lead to positive results. But we don't just recruit anybody we don't know, right? There are connecting links
Right.
you'd find in between. Through them, you can receive information on the prospective members and what it is that they need. To be aware of this information in advance means that you can present things with a focus on the person's specific needs. This, I believe, is an extremely effective method. Also, Atomy has unlimited levels and unlimited accumulation, right? Let's say you know the lady who owns the fried chicken joint in your neighborhood. Above her is another lady who owns a fried chicken joint. She would be the one you'd ask for help. I think these connecting links serve as the know-how that enables us to grow our organization together, not just the individual skills you hold.
Especially in this untact era, you may not have such a sponsor yourself. What should you do then? You can find the right people within the system managed by the headquarters. Then what? Once you do, you can carry out recruiting as a joint effort, and I believe this will lead to greater results. To add a few more words, this person mentioned that he or she is new to the business. Honestly, it isn't going to be easy. Even for me, when I'm out recruiting, I don't always get the results I want. If I was able to recruit every single person I intended to recruit, I'd be
He's
an
right.
Imperial Master now, not a Crown Master. In the end, recruiting is a difficult job even to those with lots of experience. In such cases, any information you say about Atomy would just be nagging to that person, no matter what you say.
Even when it's the same information?
Yes. What should you do then? Instead of trying to recruit that person yourself, you'd provide the information to your sponsor. If you pursue recruiting in a much more deliberate manner through your sponsor, this will lead to much better results.
So, think of the headquarters as your third sponsor. Next question. When I listen to success stories, they would say I succeeded by replicating myself. What do they mean here by replicating myself? And how do you do this? These were the questions asked.
When I received this question, I looked up what replicate means in the dictionary. Replicate is the action of using someone or something as a model. Just as our chairman mentioned, it is important to have a good original. But honestly, I don't like those who are like me very much.
But you make a great original.
I'd rather have my partner be much smarter than I am, more active than I am, and more extroverted than I am. But here, the term replicate isn't used to create someone who's exactly like me. That's not what's intended here. The replicate we refer to is to share the same direction within the system and to move together towards a shared goal. That, I believe, is what we mean by replicate. To have ourselves join the system and then to bring our partners into the system. Furthermore, to learn whatever it is that we have to learn from within that system. This is what I think of as replicate.
What about you, Crown Master Choi?
That was exactly what I wanted to say. I don't think I have to duplicate myself.
Aren't you both being too modest?
Would you rather have me or Imperial Master Dukwoo Lee under you? Or Imperial Master Sungil Kim?
I'd like to have them all.
But it turns out that it's hard to find those people. So instead of trying to force strangers to be like myself, the better solution would be to replicate myself in people who are already within the Atomy system. In the end, it's the quality that should be replicated. That is the role I hold as a leader. It's about replicating how you grow within the headquarters system by utilizing that system. Then, the key is in how replication takes place. There can be lots of ways, but I believe simple is the way to go.
Yes, you can't replicate something that is difficult to do.
If it's too hard, we can't follow. You'll find lots of options for educating yourself on this and that, but in the end, replication is impossible if it's too hard to do. So this is what I tell them. Use it. Look into it. Try it. It's 3 simple things. But to explain in detail, you have this 8 steps to success. Whether you're doing things the right way or not can be evaluated by the 8 core. In the end, the answer to replication is in keeping it simple.
Here's the next question. I have a partner who is active in the business just below me with a rather stubborn work style. And it's making it quite difficult. What can I do? That was the question.
I do not believe having smart people is what our work is about, but it is about achieving our work through teamwork. I think of our system as the compass, without which we would be lost, without direction out in the vast open waters. Yes, there may be someone with particularly remarkable talent, but without a clear direction, it is only natural to be lost and simply drift about. If this partner is stubborn and only does things his own way without listening to advice, and if this person does not give up the business, he will inevitably end up back where he started after going through circles of failure. But he would waste a lot of time and lose many people in the process. As a sponsor, that's not something I want to happen, nor is it something I suggest. As for the sponsor who asked this question, I believe it's your responsibility to teach your partner well to prevent them from making such mistakes.
What should we do if our partner does not follow along even after that?
If your partner doesn't follow suit even after you make this effort, there's nothing else to do but wait. But I believe the right thing to do is to not give up and to continue the same effort.
I'm curious as to what Crown Master Shihak Choi will say.
To someone you're close with, whatever you say will just be nagging. Especially in the case of
That's
a partner
true.
directly below you, chances are it hasn't been long since he or she has begun the business with you. But let's say you're trying to invite this person into the system by way of providing advice or similar efforts. This could actually be detrimental to the relationship between the two of you. Atomy is, without question, a business of relationships. If the relationship you have with your partner goes wrong, your business too will flow towards a negative direction. In such cases, instead of trying to get the partner directly below you to join the system, it is best to inform your sponsor, your successful sponsor, of the situation and ask for advice. Your partner may not listen to you, but he or she might listen to what your sponsor has to say. So I do think it would be far more effective to rely on your sponsor's help.
This time, we're going to take a question in person. Hello there.
Hi, I'm Diamond Master Minjie Lee, currently pursuing a business in Daegu.
What question do you have for us?
I'm trying to achieve and maintain my title as sales master, and I've quite enjoyed the business I've pursued so far. But having become a Diamond Master, I'm realizing that managing an organization is much harder than I expected it to be. I'm curious as to how you, as leaders, have managed your organization so far.
I do not believe there are fixed rules on how to manage an organization. Let's say organization management is something you have to do. I've got my partners totally under my control. It's me who manages them. I'd suggest you let go of such ideas. Being on your feet out in the field alongside your consumers and partners is how you can manage your organization. So don't feel too much pressure. Do what you are good at. As for the parts you are unsure of, seek the advice of your sponsor in pursuing the matters for your organization. If so, I don't think you'll face any significant issues on your growth.
Which part about organization management did you find to be difficult?
To be honest, I'm actually young despite my rather aged face.
But you
Most
look
of
so
my
young.
partners are on the older side of the fence. Since I'm significantly younger, I want to provide them a clear vision, but I'm not sure if the vision I provide is good enough for them to follow. I find myself lacking in confidence in that aspect. I'm wondering if age is the only factor here or if there's something else.
The way I see it, the worries you have are unnecessary. Since you're the one who started first, you're the upper line. Based on the countless hours of training you've gone through so far, I believe you are qualified to train and teach them. Atomy is actually prepared with lots of systems that can support your business. That is why establishing consumers is quite an enjoyable work to do. The problem is having to make a team. You need contractors, and you feel that you should all share the same direction. You're trying to make one collective voice, and you find this hard to do. But I find these two to be unnecessary concerns. There is a unified system. You're the one who has entered the system first. Then there are those who don't know about this yet, but who want to succeed. In a way, the only thing that you need to do is lead them to the system. As for how the replication occurs, how the organization continues to be established, and how to support, encourage, and console your sponsors, I think you've already done all that within the system. You're someone who is both young and beautiful in your role, compared to those who are far older than you are. You'd be much more familiar with web-related aspects, and I believe that can be a tremendous encouragement for the rest. Be confident in the fact that you are an upline sponsor who can help them. And with that, push forward. I believe you will do a great job.
Did this help you answer your question?
Yes, you gave me a perfect answer. I will pursue my business from now on with confidence in myself so that we can achieve a great teamwork together. Thank you.
Thank you. I wish you the best. Here's the next question. The sponsor should be responsible for one of the lines. There are many sayings like this regarding lines. I'm curious about what is the proper business practice in binary marketing. This is the question we received.
Given the principle of the marketing plan, Atomy's binary marketing is created to have two lines. Then, who should be responsible for the lines? And what happens when they fail? Who should you blame? Despite the fact this is your business, you've left it in the hands of your sponsor. Atomy undeniably implements a binary marketing strategy with two lines. This is something you should be fully aware of before you begin. But then, there are those who have just begun, and they might feel considerable pressure thinking that they need to work both sides. In such cases, it's a matter of apples and oranges. Perhaps your contacts can be split 5-5, 6-4, or maybe even 3-7. Whatever the ratio, you're in it together. In the end, what's important is whether you can run for it together or not. But I do think that both lines are your responsibility from start to finish.
As for me, I think this is an issue that arises in a team that tries to push things too hastily. My sponsor should be responsible for one of my lines. If you flip this, you end up with the idea that you'd never earn anything. unless your sponsor helps you, right? Is your fate determined by your sponsor? I myself have tremendous respect for my sponsors. However, I have no intention of leaving my fate in their hands. On one side, I've got aligned with an imperial master. What could I possibly sponsor to that side? But if you look at the contents of the month-long lectures my husband and I gave together, you'd notice that we gave far more lectures to our bigger leg. The reason why we do that is because Atomy comes in 2 lines, and the lines are under my organization. So we try to make time to give our best efforts in what we're responsible for. Atomy Business is about maintaining the balance in its binary marketing.
The next question is from Mexico. Atomy is no doubt global, isn't it? Hola!
Hola!
Hola! One of my partners is making very eager efforts for promotion in Mexico. This partner has asked for my help in this, but I myself have only recently begun the business, so I'm not sure on how to do it exactly. What advice do you give when your partners try out for a mastership?
If you can't help out, I can always take this person.
Great!
I think the word help here holds a variety of meanings. Trying out for a mastership isn't just about getting the 2.5 million PVs in 5 days. It's not about using my card. You should always close with someone else's card that was offered voluntarily. So you'd have to meet countless people on your list. You deliver products and try to create new members. And in this process, you'd experience rejections and failures. But this process itself becomes a huge asset and experience for you, right? You might ask about how long you'd have to work for, but that's not what working for a long time is about. Being there on the field by your partner's side, when he or she has finally reached Sales Master, is what I believe to be the best replication and the best sponsorship there is.
Since this person has only begun recently, I think the overwhelming feeling would be fear and not feeling blessed. If so, always remember this. I'll take care of everything. I can handle anything and everything. If that's what you think, it will be endlessly difficult and scary for you. You may lack experience, but if you seek the various advice of the sponsors who've taken the path of success before you, I believe you'll find the answer to how you need to go about things. That is why, of the 8 steps to success, I believe the best step is the 7th one, consultation.
Exactly. It's about searching for the solution.
Get answers with Zoom.
Oh, Zoom.
Zoom? Is it a sequence? So we took some time to answer some questions you had for us. What did you think?
I think the questions we got are indeed the hardest aspects faced by our new contractors. So it was a great chance for me as well to think about my partners.
I think it was very beneficial that we got to give out various types of information, so I'm quite glad.
I'd like to thank our 2 leaders for the generous answers you provided us. Next time, we'll be back to provide even better answers to your questions. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crown Master Shi Yok Chong and Royal Master Ga Yung Yu. Before we end, please be reminded of these announcements. Morning meeting from Monday and Wednesday at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Catching Success online every Tuesday at 2 p.m. live via Facebook page of Atomy Ariul Marikina, Aja Center. And don't forget for our upcoming one-day seminar this coming Thursday, 1 p.m. live via YouTube channel at Atomy Philippines Official and Facebook page of Atomy PH_official. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Atomy Ariul Marikina, Aja Center and click the notification bell. As we end, let us remind ourselves of the principle we uphold here in Atomy by reciting our company motto. Ready, position, please. Yup, company motto, go. Cherish the spirit, create the vision. Follow the faith, serve in humility.